This is what just and go do.
You're listening to freethinkradio.com.
In the late years of the 1930s, we were witness to our world gripped in the first agonies of invasion and war. No section of the earth seemed free from these terrors, or from the nightmares of what was to come. Nightmares that for the first time were brought vividly into every home.
What'd you say, Dr. Fox?
By the force of
I
a
was
new
going to turn
medium.
the microphones on.
Oh, so
Radio.
the mics are on now?
I think so.
So don't say anything until after the intro. is what
Or
you're
like,
saying.
well, no, like once the intro. Here, let me count to you. 3, 2.
This week on Time for the Show, Julie applies for the job of racetrack horse executioner. Dr. Fox shares the recipe for his world-famous Band-Aid soup, and Reverend Peace can't make it tonight because he's currently engaged in a staring contest with a mailbox. Stand by for Time for the Show. Yay! Did I do good?
F plus.
Broadcasting live on Freethink Radio from the three-legged studio at Hypercube HQ.
It's a real
the
place.
Future capital
Also a
of the
real
former Spanish Empire,
Not a real
Orlando,
place.
Florida.
Not when that one's not real.
This is the African Experience. It's the only show tackling the issues facing the black community that's brave enough to be hosted by two bald white males. I'm Reverend Duke Oxford of the Church of Funk in the Trunk. And then, hey, Dr. Fox, what's your black name?
Dr. Foxy.
There you go.
I worked on that one all day.
And we also have Robo Peas here with his handler, Dr. Cosmac. Or do we?
Robo-Peas? Do we have a Robo-Peas in the audience?
Yeah, I think the role of Peas tonight will be played by his
Peas Nut Gallery.
one of his several understudies, Reverend 80. Everybody.
Hey, what's up, everyone?
All right,
How you
stick
doing?
to the script. Remember, you're Peas.
Oh, hey, yeah, I'm Peace. Hey, everyone.
Hey,
It's
Peas.
coming out strong at the gate there. You know, need to,
Understudy Overdrive. This is now Reverend 80's second go at bat for Peas, correct?
There's no stopping
yeah,
him
so
at this point. It's
a true reprisal.
It's all downhill from here.
So just to recap, Peas is good for missing about one show a month.
Sometimes more.
And in his stead, several brave souls have stepped up to the plate to take the role of Peas. Reverend 80 has done it.
Caller 23.
Caller 23 did it. Ivan Stang did it.
Ivan Stang
Couple
did it.
weeks ago. Who else are we missing? I know somebody else has done it.
I think Scalpod did a little bit of it. I don't know if Cosmac understudied Pete. No, I think Cosmac did. Didn't he?
I overstudied Peas once or twice.
Right,
right.
yeah.
That's
it's
easy
really
to do.
Easy to oversee. Yeah, it's very
yeah,
easy.
just open
But
your eyes.
it's much more technically challenging to become Peas understudy.
Yeah, it's a lot. It
He's
takes a
kinda
lot of
short.
lube
You
for
gotta
one
crawl
thing.
down there.
80's coming
I mean,
back.
you almost overstudy the man by default.
Now, guys, we're gonna run a clean show here tonight. So we're not gonna
Okay,
say
excellent.
not gonna say anything inappropriate or disgusting or rude or vulgar. Because
Of
this
course
show,
not.
this
That's
show
not how
is
people from Las
dedicated.
Vegas act.
This is how
Perish the thought.
how far into March are we now? Because we were celebrating Black History Month so
About
hardcore.
6 miles into this march, right?
Oh yeah, we're about into it. Just
6.5 miles.
Fortnight's worth of March.
Hey, what
No,
does
actually,
March
no.
stand for? You got African Americans in February. What is March?
March
like
is
butter or
named
something?
after Mars. The
Well,
god
but
of war.
you know how they have the what's in the national month of squirrels or I don't know.
Yeah, went from black people to squirrels.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
And they get
It
3
probably
more
is something.
days. The squirrels get 3 more days.
It's
Yeah,
the
exactly.
month of college b-ball, college hoops, man. You got your brackets filled out, everybody? Everybody got their brackets?
What's that? What's the name of that funny sound in school with a Z? It's like Zenaraga or something.
The Utah Jazz.
Yeah, the Utah Jazz. Oh, that's hilarious. That's funny.
Why is that funny, Peas?
Well, because
Elaborate, please.
you have Utah, and it's known for its Mormons, and Mormons don't really like dancing too much. So when you look at jazz, and jazz is pretty uplifting music style, usually associated with dance too.
Well, originally the team was the Salt Lake Covered Wagons.
Is that what it was?
Yeah, and the mascot would come out every game, and he would marry 13 people in the audience.
And then they became,
that's just not sustainable there. You just can't keep doing that. I mean, you're eventually going to run out of young girls. I mean, you're just going to have to get them younger and younger, and by the time you know it,
slow down there, 80. I can hear that.
Like 15 years
I can
in
hear that
advance,
rise in your voice there.
We all know 80's idea of a clean show. Hey, 80, tell that super clean joke that you told us. Do you remember that joke, that really clean joke, 80?
Yes, the one that you developed, right? Is that what you're talking about?
I claim no responsibility.
No, you wrote that joke, man.
Oh, I did?
Yes, you did. It was all yours.
Jokes.
Wait a second. What was it?
It was the clean aristocrats joke. That was brilliant, dude.
Oh, but now you said the aristocrats.
Now
Well,
you-
but how is somebody? That's the problem with the joke, is that you can't talk about it, because by talking about it, you give it all away. That's the beauty of the joke too. But Fid designed that joke. He wrote that joke with his own brain, his own blood and sweat. Man, that's just a great joke, dude.
I thought you had another...
Well, you could set that one. Yeah, Fid, what is your aristocrats joke?
It's going to be a doozy, and you and everybody else that sticks around with us until hour 2 is going to be able to hear
You lucky
the
boys.
clean aristocrats joke. And
Yes.
in between now and then, we're going to play Is It a Band? Since Cosmac's here, I guess Dr. Scalpod is going to officiate.
No, I think, well, if Cosmac's here and
No,
80s
I'm
is
officiating this week.
Yeah,
I
because
believe.
80 is Peas. He's
Oh, wait.
pitch hitting again.
80 I'm speeds
Why
this week.
did I... Yeah, you're right. You're right.
I just work here, man. I don't know.
And,
We're just
do I even
all
have to
just
say that we're
slaves,
doing
just
blind
cogs
eyes?
and giant wheel
I
of
think
life.
that's kind of a given, right?
I'm turning a blind eye to suggesting that we need to do a blind eye.
I think so. I think we should blind eye the blind eyes. I mean, let ISIS deal with the blind eyes.
Yeah, they need to come up with one every once in a while.
But I think,
Or at least drop blind eyes down a couple of notches. Have ISIS beat them up a little bit. The blind eyes can't get cocky either.
blind eye for the jihadi guy.
That was my favorite Eddie Vedder song. That song was my favorite. That song was my favorite.
What about that one where he was like, well, I just heard. Remember that? He was like, well, I just heard.
Oh no, that's a
Remember
Hootie
that?
song. That's a Hootie song.
Oh.
Yeah, come
Yeah.
on now.
I like this song.
Hootie before he was a Trump supporter. Am I right?
I do have to give Eddie Vedder one props. He loves butter. He wrote a whole song trying to find a butter man. I mean, that takes some commitment to butter, to write an entire song and then get everybody else to groove with it and say, hey, yeah, I wrote a song, about trying to find the butter man, but I just could never find him. And everybody loves that song, dude.
Well, that's your artistic and man, me tonight. Artistic.
You're
integrity.
autistic?
Now we
Autistic
said,
integrity?
My autistic integrity. When we were talking about Eddie Vedder, not the show or me. Way to deflect, guys. Show. You know what? I'm done. I'm done.
All vetted for autistic integrity on this.
all Eddie Veddered in.
Wait, his name's not Eddie Veteran?
Eddie Vedder, yeah.
Stolen
Wow.
valor. Stolen
You know
valor.
those things that you don't find out until way later than you should have? Dang.
He got his Purple Heart for cutting his thumb off at PT.
What does the PT stand for?
What does the PT?
Well,
What is-
if you say no, then it stands for potty trained. If you say yes, it stands for pregnant teenager.
Both of which are pretty interesting.
Well, so far you're nailing peas.
I think so.
Someone needs to.
Good job.
Someone
I know.
needs to
Well,
nail
I hope
peas.
carrot. Well, I hope carrots is.
Hope carrots is what?
Send your suggestions for what we should nail peas to.
Let's make a Great Wall of China out of peas. He can take all of his boxes with him.
Peas and toothpicks?
Peas and toothpicks. This week from Milton Bradley. Available everywhere.
Some assembly required.
Is everyone off their fucking rocker tonight?
Why? What's going on? I don't understand what you mean. I mean,
Well,
I'm
feel
So
like
where
here
is the
in-
real peas?
I'm
thirsty.
sitting here in Las Vegas having a good time in my rocking chair.
Yeah, do you have
Your
your
rocking chair?
Yes, because I'm an old man. I gotta sit in a rocking chair. It's like you
What,
hit
you getting the-
55,
you're
you have
getting
to
the
sit in a rocking
shakes?
chair.
What they need to do is attach an arm to that, so every time you rock back and forth, you can like power a generator. You can keep the lights on
yes,
out there.
Old people power. Hey,
Yeah,
Yeah, that's-
old people need to start contributing to society.
yeah, hey, hey, Grandma, you spent a lot of your life just leaving a carbon footprint as wide as the Grand Canyon. Now, you just sit there in that chair for the rest of your life and pay back society for what you've done. Thank you, Grandma.
You know
You're
what
doing a
they
good job.
say about
Bless your
old
heart.
ladies with big carbon footprints?
Big
Yeah,
carbon
I hear
shoes.
ya. Exactly, yeah.
Well,
Coal shoes.
if everybody isn't completely off their rocker, tonight's going to do it because tonight is it's Shags night here on Time for the Show. We're going to play the Shags every song break.
Oh, wonderful.
Yeah. And
Named after the carpet, I believe, right?
so you don't know about the Shags, Reverend 80?
Oh, I know about the Shags, baby. I'm Peas, by the way. And Peas
Oh yeah.
definitely-
Wow, man. I like just broke your character for you.
You do that all the
Pretty
time,
good.
Fit. It's okay. It's what you do, Fit.
Well, let's hit that first Shag song there, Dr. Fox.
So who'd you
Shag
send
the
it-
Shags.
I sent it to yeah, there it is.
Yeah, don't send it to me. Send it to Show Rogan.
Send it to Show Rogan.
Send it to
Sorry.
Show Rogan.
He's so dreamy. What a boss.
How come none of us can talk tonight, Dr. Fox?
I think because we're dying.
I think
I think it's because we are dying.
Oh, finally.
It's from that vape life, That's what it's from.
I've got popcorn dick.
Yeah, pop.
All right, well, when we come back, we're going to do the blind eyes, and I'm pretty sure Peas is going to have a really good one because he's Peas and he's here. And this is Philosophy of the World, the title track from the Shags only studio album. Man, I almost said that without fucking up a syllable. Time for the show.
Which part?
Quiefing Radio.
Are they listening?
Is it dead air?
Heyo. Time for the Shayo. Yeah, it's show. You like that? You like that show? So, now Fid Chuli, he knows about, some music bullshit and stuff like that. I don't know anything about anything. I sit here behind a console. The console does the work. I watch the console. But, now, had you guys ever heard of the Shags before? Cosmac, Peas?
I've heard of the Shags before, yes.
I assume this is a band. I don't know. That's not on the list for this
We're
week.
not at that bit yet.
Okay, so
Yeah, we're not ready for that. I mean, I'm prepared, but
so
that's not
Fid,
on
why
the
don't
list.
you tell the audience what you've just told me about the Shags, and that was an enlightening experience about what we were hearing there.
Well, yeah. The Shags, they they're like first of all, they're like a girl band. So, you have like these three girls, and they're rocking out, and they were considered kind of, I guess, they were sisters for one thing. So they're kind of a family band, and they were considered, let's say, not exactly the best sounding band of the time, but yet they persevered and pushed its way through and became now what I guess you could call like kind of outsider music, kind of like the Wesley Willis or Terrible Tim kind of thing, where it's like people follow them because they are so bad, and you just got to see this act and see them try to seriously perform this music.
Now, Terrible
People
Tim
ironic.
or Tiny Tim?
Terrible, and Tiny Tim in a way was outsider.
I'm so happy. I'm happy just to be me. That's Tiny Tim.
That's Tiny Tim. Terrible Tim is an outsider musician.
He's
right?
he's the other guy.
Right.
He's not a skateboarder though, is he?
No.
Terrible Tim Perpedic.
Terrible Tim is best known for Brother Man Bill. Remember that song?
Oh yeah,
That's
right.
Terrible Tim.
I didn't know.
Yeah, and so the Shags can kind of be considered like that in the 60s, except for one thing, where you can argue that Terrible Tim knows his music sucks, knows he's fucking a weirdo, embraces it, doesn't give a fuck, whereas the Shags were kind of like, they wanted to make it, but they just weren't really that talented, and so,
No, it's the other way around, man. The Shags knew that they sucked, but they had a father. They had a one hell of a dad
Is that what it
would
was?
force them. Yeah, and Terrible Tim, he thinks he's good. I think you got your wires crossed there, Peas.
Oh, you think so? You think I got all crisscrossed? Well, it happens when you're on the problems and stuff, so...
If Terrible Tim was trying to be terrible on purpose, he would have more songs that were equally as good bad. Like he's actually trying, I think. But no, the Shags, their grandmother was told a prophecy from a palm reader that her son would have two sons after she died with a strawberry blonde woman, and that his daughters would be famous musicians. So she passed this on to him, and he did in fact marry a strawberry blonde woman and have two sons after she died. So he was trying to go for the hat trick and make the prophecy come true by pulling his three girls out of school and basically just stuffing them in the attic and making them rehearse. And he didn't know anything about music. They didn't know anything about music. He bought them some shitty guitars and drums and made them rehearse over and over again. They hated it. Arranged a weekly gig for them at the local town hall that they played for a few years until I think 67 or 8 when the dad took his life savings and bought studio time and brought these girls down here that didn't want to do it, that sounded terrible. And even the engineers were telling stories about how these girls... But the thing is, the way the music comes out on the record is the way they rehearsed it. That's intentional. Every time they played the songs, they sound like that. But so the engineers were talking about how the girls would make a mistake and say, we have to start over. And the engineers couldn't tell the difference of what was a mistake and what was intended. But they knew. So in a way, that was really Captain Beefheartian. The way that they kind of, because they were isolated and they developed this sound with almost no outside influence and with no, not being tainted by having any pre-existing knowledge of how music works. What they came up with was arguably more original than any other music that's ever been made, because they had to kind of build their own rules from the ground up, and that's why it comes out like that. But but they hated
awesome,
it.
Mr.
They
Fitchuli.
hated it. So yeah, you're wrong. They as soon as Dad died, they broke up the band.
Oh, they did?
Yeah.
Huh.
And they always thought it sucked. They never thought it was good. But they rehearsed so much that it was like the same thing with Trout Mask Replica. They just rehearsed the hell out of it and then recorded that album in a day. They recorded Philosophy of the World, which I think is 12 tracks or so. They recorded in a one session.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Well, we're going to be playing them all night tonight. It's Shag's night.
It's going to be a Shaggy night.
Plenty of choice cuts to come up. But first, who's your blind eye, Peas?
What you got, buddy?
Who's your blind eye, Peas?
Well, you know, I've been flying a lot recently, and I've noticed that, you know, it's just certain planes just really tick me off, you know? Like, you're already stressed out. You're in this airport, and people are poking you and prodding you, telling you where to go, and you're just up to here with it. And then you end up on a plane, and it's just, I don't know, it's just this one kind of plane just really drives me nuts. It's the way it's designed and just the way the seats sit, and you walk into it and you have this smell and this soul draining kind of pressurized light kind of just this oppressive feel when you walk on board the craft. And so, you know,
The
my blind eye,
fuselage.
my blind eye this week is if just, you know, if just ISIS would just take out as many Boeing 737s as possible. I'm just tired of them. I'm tired of being on them. Every time I fly on one, I just wish it would just fall out of the air and just kill us all rather than being on that piece of crap airplane.
Whoa, come on now. That's one heck of an air vessel, Peas.
Yeah,
737 is a piece of crap.
Come
Especially
on,
those
Bill
Max
Nye
8s.
built one of those.
Yeah, they should just like blow up all the Max 8s. I mean, you know, just get rid of them. As far as I'm concerned, ISIS can have them. Have all the 737 line. They're crappy.
Remember that time Bill Nye was rock climbing and then he got caught in a crevasse and he had to cut off his own arm to escape, and then he built a 737 while he was still squirting blood out of his armhole?
Yeah, that's
Remember?
that was that
Yeah,
movie.
you know.
107:37 hours. I remember that one.
Right. Yeah, you know. And you know, and it's just in general, you know, the just the look of the aircraft. The aircraft has a front end that's just like this smirk. You just want to smack the front of the aircraft's face because it's got this smile to it, like it's got this big nose and this smirk on it. You just want to smack it right off of there. So immediately, as soon as I see a 737, I'm just thinking, that cheeky airplane. How dare it? How dare it glare at me with that
You're
sickening
just
little
mad
grin?
because they put you on that list.
Hey, you know,
You gotta take your shoes off, and then you gotta put your shoes in your butt. I know, it's
worse
not
is
fun.
taking the dentures out. That's the worst.
Who's your blind eye, Cosmac?
I'm not sure. I
know.
guess I said I was turning a blind eye to the documentarians responsible for the Subgenius documentary, now just out at SXSW in Austin,
Don't
Texas.
plug that horse trash on this show.
Yeah,
Oh, I'm sorry. See,
We're
that's
refined.
how infectious and pernicious it is.
we
It
didn't.
forced me to plug it on the show.
Did they give you money?
Well, ask Pease. He saw it.
Actually, it probably cost him a
But
bit
yeah,
of
I'm
money.
turning a blind eye to them. So I mean, you can imagine how I feel about this pack of lies.
It's deceit. It's unethical. It is diabolical. It is.
And it's just unchristian.
Guacamole. I don't understand where the nation is headed. You know, people say that we're in dark times. People say that, you know, the end is near. And, you know, every once in a while a movie comes out. And, you know, movies have only been coming out for like the past 100 years or so, you know? Still kind of a new thing in human history, and yet these things, these series of moving images synchronized with sound, you know?
Well, not if you
It's
count
ins-
porno. Porno movies go back to the Greeks.
Yeah,
It
you know,
counts on what you want to call a movie.
Movies.
I mean, how long do you think?
Movies.
How long do you
How
think?
did the Greeks have movies?
Yeah, they had.
Well, like shadow puppets? Did they have dirty shadow puppets?
They had dirty pornographic Zorotropes.
No, that's
stuff
Plato's
like that.
allegory of the cave. No, they
okay.
had motion pictures. They had feature-length motion pictures, and but only pornos.
Right.
Oh yeah, they did Ben-Hur, right?
Yeah, but the thing
That was a movie done by the ancient Greeks.
Well, no,
Oh, no,
they
that-
did
that
Ben
was-
him.
Yeah, God.
right.
Ben
yeah.
him.
The
Yeah.
one thing you
Damn
have
it.
to
I
remember
win
is
this
that
round.
in Greek
Oh, that was the
porno,
sequel.
I was
in
gonna
Greek
say
porno,
bend
everything
her.
is anal.
Ben
Everything
her.
is anal.
Okay,
So,
yeah.
so
All
you know,
right,
if you don't
all
like
right.
it up the butt, don't watch Greek porno. It
Well, I
just-
don't know. Let's take a vote. If you like Dr. Fox's alternate porn title for Ben Hur, which was Bend
Look
Her.
right there, Scalpod, in the chat, everybody. If you're listening live at timefortheshow.com Discord, you can see Scalpod has actually found the Greek pornographic theater. And
I'm glad
it's
you stepped on me to talk about something in the chat room.
You're goddamn right I'm
picture.
going to.
It's a photo
great
in the
radio,
chat room.
folks. Incredible.
It's an awesome
It's how
photo.
it works.
Everybody,
It is.
it's great.
Timefortheshow.com.
What am I
Big
kidding? Everybody is. Everybody
It's
is.
pretty good. It's a good one. Never more relevant has the puzzling evidence presented itself. But
Yes.
here it is. What are you going to do about it now? Bend her. That was mine.
Who's your
And
blind
her.
peas, Dr. Fox?
My blind peas this week. Well, it's it was independent cinema. I was just going to say, either make it or don't. Nobody wants to go to the movies to watch your movie about like this sad girl who just looks out into the distance. She's just
Or this sad cult that's
she's upset, and maybe that girl could be a cult, and maybe it's a cult that thought that they were being exploited, and then there were some people that thought that they were being sold out, and then there were people that were feeling that they were betrayed. But no, they were just like the ancient Greeks. They had pornography.
they were making pornographic zoeotropes
That's
from
all it
sticks
is.
and marble.
All it is.
Oh, it is. It's all an endless supply. Of
So take that,
pornographics.
independent filmmakers and sub Hollywood.
I know,
That's
right?
what you get
How
for
dare
fighting
they?
the system. How dare
Take
they?
that, the
How
makers of
dare they?
the Subgenius
Exactly.
movie.
Look at all the people they're snubbing. All of those electricians and grips and best boys and gaffers and they're just basically telling all those people to
Just
fuck
because
off.
you can't afford a flock of people in green to carry your actors from scene to scene,
Exactly.
that's not. Then don't do it. Don't
Hashtag
do it.
learn to gaff.
Don't do it. It's not. I'm not interested in it. You shouldn't offer it to me. I didn't ask for it. You keep offering it to me, and I'm like, no. I've seen this one. It's the one where I hate it. Yeah, every time.
I was once on a movie set and they told me I was the best boy, but it turned out it had nothing to do with being the assistant to the head electrician.
Oh, I thought it had everything it had to do with hanging out underneath the snack table.
Yeah, I think I was part of it.
Those donuts didn't come with holes in them. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah, you gotta make them holes.
Yeah, I think we all know what he's the best at.
Yeah, Peas, you're the best at putting holes in things.
Yes.
Like your head. Your head. Fid's all mad at me because I cut him off. He's over there sulking. I think he left. I don't even know. I don't see him.
Oh, do you still feel bad about that?
Are you still here? Are you here at the show?
That's cute that you still feel
Where are
guilty
you?
about that.
Where are
I
you?
moved on.
Did you?
Yeah.
Sounds like you haven't. Sounds
No.
like you've just kind of taken off. You got another Shrugs song for me?
Yeah.
You could have done that while you were all quiet over there, not doing anything. I was just over here, trying to do the
Actually,
show.
it's preloaded in my Discord chat. All I have to do is hit enter. Watch
Oh,
this.
neat.
Watch this. Bablow.
Send it to
Since
Show
it's-
Rogan.
Since it's Black History
Send it
Month,
to
I'm
Show
gonna say
Rogan,
bablow.
not me.
Oh, sorry, man. I sent it to you. Just
Okay, here, everybody. I'm gonna go get the song.
here. I sent
Okay,
it.
I'm getting the song.
I sent it to you.
I've got it now. and now I'm going back over, and now I'm pasting it in.
There it is.
Yeah, you know what?
And
I
I'm
didn't
sending
even
it
want to
over.
do
Gingerly
my.
holding that
I didn't
song.
even want to do my blind
Newborn
eye.
babe.
I didn't want to do mine anyway.
Just-
That's fine.
Oh,
You
so,
did
also
one.
tenderly
No, I
bringing
didn't.
that song.
What was
Didn't you
mine?
start this segment off? I don't know. I can't even remember
play-
pieces.
I-
enjoyed by all of your wonderful listeners.
Who's your blind peas, Fid?
So this next song is a heartwarming little
Hold
number.
on, Cosmac asked you a question.
Huh?
Be a polite man.
I could buy and sell Cosmac just like that, so fast it would make your
Kind
head
of like
spin.
a commodity, huh? Just like, hey, give me 15 shares of Cosmac.
No, I'll tease it for next week. There. No, you know what? I don't want to do mine anyway because it was really just going to be cathartic for me and not funny. There. Is that okay?
Yeah, I
You're
hear you,
blind
man.
eyeing. Are you blind
Blind eye
eyeing
the blind eye.
yourself, or are you blind eyeing the?
Well-
Was it a
system?
personal blind eye?
The easy one this week is daylight savings time because that happened today.
Oh yeah, that's
Or
really low
yesterday.
hanging fruit.
But it's low hanging fruit, but it does need to be said. The daylight first.
Right.
That's such low-hanging fruit. Even Donald Trump tweeted against that shit.
I went
I
went
know,
for
and
a
I got a
natural
boner.
disaster instead of daylight
Oh, man.
savings.
I got a boner and a little bit of pre-cum when I saw Donald tweet say that staying on daylight savings time is, quote, okay with me, unquote. I said, yeah, we're gonna make America 1 hour ahead again.
Yes.
I like it. I like
Forever.
it. Well, look, it isn't even necessarily, look, everybody hates daylight savings time, but the thing that I especially hate is the people that defend it because they never have a good reason. Because, you know,
I do.
somebody like me, okay, well, Dr. Cosmac,
Just because Ben Franklin was a cool dude, I think, just to honor his memory. That's
yeah,
it.
That's it.
That's all.
I don't know. I kind of like the idea
See,
of
That's what I'm
going
saying.
outside at 5 p.m. in a March day and it's like dark as night outside. That's kinda
Yeah.
The thing I hear all the time, though, is, oh, man, daylight savings time sucks. We should abolish it. People go, yeah, but 150 years ago, farmers didn't have clocks, and so we should set our clocks ahead. And I don't think they're hearing themselves when they say that. That's the most common argument. Ben Franklin being cool, yeah, he was cool, but he also got more than his fair share of
He was
French-
a party animal, dude.
He
He
was-
got
he was
more than
syphilitic.
his fair share of French hand jobs. We don't need to owe him anything anymore. He's on the $100 bill. He banged a bunch of French whores back in the day before there was Me Too, and got away with it. And I think he's good. I think we're even with Benjamin Franklin, Cosmac. I don't think we need to put on this charade of false clocks. Okay, all right. Or how about this?
Yeah,
we'll continue with daylight savings time. And
but then
I
people
won't
wouldn't
make
be
a
able to
fuss.
complain about it anymore, and the complaining about it is half the fun, right?
It is.
Well,
That's
I'll tell you
right.
what. I won't complain about it anymore. But whenever I measure my penis, I get to use an adjusted length because it's
Okay.
summer, and it's
Oh, I see.
yeah.
Yeah. You got to take into
I think
consideration
Franklin
thermal
would-
expansion and
I think Franklin and indeed the other founding fathers would support that. I think
Yeah.
I think we can make an exception for
when it comes
Fid.
to penises and clocks. Yeah, they're all on board. I mean, you talking about cocks and clocks? They're on it, man.
Yeah, dong light savings length.
Right,
It's
exactly.
like,
yeah.
well, if this was October, my penis would only be 3 inches. But since it's June, on
you get that extra
dong light
inch and a
savings, I'm
quarter,
actually
yeah.
7.5 inches long with
Oh shit.
yeah, with dong light savings. So yeah, that would be more than enough to suppress any complaints I had of adjusted conventions.
Well, there you go.
for
Write your letter to the
arbitrary
Congress.
reasons.
Let them
Yeah.
know it. Let them know what you think, and maybe we can get some legislation going.
The Bureau of Length Statistics.
Cocks and clocks, y'all.
All right, there we go. I kind of did one. Is that?
I thought that was
Was that
Thank you,
sufficient,
Fit Julie.
Beans?
That was yeah.
that was thought provoking.
All right. Well,
Insidious.
I feel better. Don't you guys feel better? Let's all kiss. Ready?
Oh,
1, 2, 3.
Oh.
Oh yeah. Hey! Peace. Easy. We still got an hour and a half to go.
Yeah,
I tell you
don't
what. Let's we'll put on a song and then we can do some real nasty stuff. This is like I said, it's Shag Nights here on Time for the Show tonight, and this next one is a very heartwarming one to complement the mood that we're leaving this segment on. It's called "Who Are Parents," and you're hearing it on Freethink Radio.
.com.
I think. Are we still on Freethink? Sorry, lost in a poker bet. Bet the show.
Some kids do as they please. They don't know what life really means. They don't listen to what they want to. Everyone's really there. Who are parents? Parents are the ones who are always there.
Time for the show.
You know, I noticed I can't do that thing where I
For the
click
show.
along to the song because I'm hearing it on like a quarter-second delay. It sounds on time to me, but then when I go back to edit it, it's just off.
Just a bit.
Just a little bit. Hey, but we're back, and
We are back.
Peas is back.
I am right here. It's wonderful to be
Reverend
here.
Adi is shadowing his Peas. Why do I have to say that every time and blow you out of the water? I should just not say it and just let.
It's okay. Hey, you're the host, man. I'm just some dude.
I'm just peas.
And
I'm just peas.
Just peas.
Dr. Cosmac
Just peas.
Yes.
Today.
is here, and he's going to officiate Is It a Band, which we're gonna play right now.
Oh no.
Are we indeed? Okay.
Fuck yeah!
So
we're
I've
gonna
just
play
been
it.
informed by our
Sorry,
other
I
judge,
cussed.
Reverend. I've just been informed by our other judge, Reverend Scalpod, that Dr. Fox was the winner last week. So I believe he has the privilege of going first. Is that correct?
Well,
It
that's
is-
not
it
a
is-
privilege.
It's an honor.
It's gonna be
But
a real
yeah,
honor.
it is an honor because you kind of take a
Okay.
dive. You take a dive.
So our first, is it a band name,
We don't want to
which
spend
you
10
will
minutes
you
going
will
over the
guess
rules.
whether it is or is not a band, and I will
Wait a
score you up.
second. Wait a second.
Is what?
Hold on. Every professional sports broadcast starts with stating what the standings are for the season, and this professional sports broadcast is no different.
Well, I don't keep track of that. I just judge the game.
All right.
You could
Yeah,
refer
Scout.
to the league
This
offices.
is, this is a skirmish.
well,
you know.
let it
You
be
gotta call
known.
Scalpod for numbers, man.
Let it be known that I'm handling the season quite nicely. I think I'm more than 50% ahead of the next person. So
Well, that's very well indeed. But as I was saying, Dr. Fox, I've been informed by Scalpod, our record keeper, that Dr. Fox actually won last time, so he will go first.
he won last week, but I got the season in my pocket.
Well, that remains to be seen. It's still early in the year.
All right, sorry, Dr. Cosmac.
No problem. Our first theoretical band name, which I thought up, Two Fish Theorem. Dr. Fox, Two Fish Theorem. Is it a band?
Two fish theorem. Like a red fish and a blue fish?
I don't know what kind of fish they are, but there's two of them.
Okay, less
It's
than
a theorem.
5 though. Man.
Two Fish Theorem, yes. Two.
Fish theorem. You know, I guess I'll swing in a hit. I'm gonna say not a band. Not a band. I like it,
Okay.
but I'm gonna see where this goes.
All right, Dr. Fox says Two Fish Theorem is not a band. Fidchuli, your answer. Two Fish Theorem. Is it a band, please?
It's peas. I came in last place last week.
Oh, did you indeed? Well,
Yeah.
Oh,
in
wow,
that
it's
case,
my turn.
Reverend 80, Two Fish Theorem.
Yes,
Please,
Two Fish
is it a
Theorem.
band?
I'm gonna have to go with no, only because it's a cool band name. But usually you don't see the word theorem too much in band names. That might be a dead giveaway that it is a band. So I'm thinking, the word theorem. Yeah, I can see the band Two Fish being a band, but the Two Fish Theorem, I don't think it's a band.
Okay. Okay, Fidchuli, Two Fish Theorem. Is it a band, please? Yes or no?
What do you mean, please? He's already
Nice.
he's already trying to. Oh man. Okay, fine, Cosmac. I won't go on a tangent on this one, but maybe the next one.
Well, you're allowed to go on any tangent you like within reason.
Okay. Oh, but what about the filibuster clause?
Filibuster, filibuster.
I always
What
thought that'd
about
be
the
a good name.
filibuster clause?
Hey, let's instead of Is It a Band, let's play Is It a Sub Shop? And
I know filibuster.
and go with filibuster.
All right, that's a great name.
I'm gonna say yes. It's a sub shop.
You're gonna say Two Fish Theorem is a sub shop?
Well, is that a reference to something? Two fish theorem? Is there a two something theorem that sounds like fish?
Is it a band?
Four color theorem.
Nah.
I can
nah.
reveal more of it later, but is it a band?
No, it's not. But I know it's based on something, but you're not letting on to what it is. So no, I'm gonna say no.
So you all say it is not a band. Well, you're all correct. Two Fish Theorem is not a band.
All right, I'm winning.
Though it is
Yes.
the best anagram for time for the show.
Ooh.
Very,
Very sneaky.
Okay, anyway, on to round 2. This was a user submission, viewer submission, listener submission. Constant Flow. Is it a band? Constant Flow.
Am I going first?
Yes.
Yes,
Yeah,
you are going
that's-
first. Dr. Fox, is it a band?
Yeah, that's like a 2-girl punk band. Yeah, that's a band. That is
Okay.
totally a band.
Reverend Peas / Reverend 80. Is it a band? Constant Flow.
Constant Flow, man. It just yells premenstrual rage. It's got to be a band.
Okay, interesting.
Well, it wouldn't be premenstrual if it was constant.
Yeah, I guess it'd be menstrual rage. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, don't be
Fid-
sexist.
Now, Fidchuli. Constant Flow. Is it a band?
They both said yes. We tied the last round, so I'm just gonna go pure strategy and say no.
Pure strategy. Well,
Game is afoot.
sometimes pure strategy wins the day, but that's not today
Come on.
Constant Flow is, in fact, no
Oh,
less
yeah.
than 2 different bands that I was able to
You
find.
hear that,
Wow,
Peas? We're
yeah.
sweeping him out of the fucking stadium this week. It's gonna be good.
Wow, we're really chumping the champion, aren't we?
Wow.
So
two
Fox
bands.
and Peas are tied with 2 points each. Perhaps we'll have a tiebreaker here. Fidchuli trailing in second with 1 point. All right, round 3.
Fight.
The Brack Pack. Dr. Fox, the Brack Pack, and I will spell that out. BRACK, pack with the usual spelling. The Brack Pack.
Such as brackish water.
I was actually thinking of the large, far-headed character from the movie This Island Earth, but yes, perhaps.
Is he brack with a C?
Yes, it is Brack with a C, actually.
Not like TV's brack.
No, not like TV's Brack. It is spelled with a C. Is it a band?
Because of the spelling, it's gonna be hard. Yeah, that's a band. That's a band. It's probably got some guy named Brack in it. And they're probably in a band with a guy named like Brack. That's probably it. That's my it's a
Okay,
band.
so
It's a
Dr.
band.
Fox says the Brack Pack is a band. Reverend Peas, your answer, the Brack Pack.
No, even though Dr. Fox makes a compelling argument, I'm going to go ahead and say no. Only because, yeah, if it is a band, it's just because it's someone's last name. And at that point, yeah, it's not really much of a loss if it is a band. It's like, okay, big deal, it's someone's last name. I'm going to go with no, though, just to be Peas.
Oh, peas.
Okay, just to be Peas, he
Oh,
says
peas.
no. Fid Chuli, the Brack Pack, is it a band or is it not a band? Your
Well,
answer.
Is it moot? Because I'm mathematically eliminated. Fox and Peas were tied with 1 point to win each, and they answered differently.
Yes, but you might tie with somebody for.
Well, I have to
second
tie
place,
with somebody. There's only two other of them, and one said yes and one said no. So, it's mathematically irrelevant.
Still, we would like to preserve your answer for posterity.
For the long stats, okay. For the baseball cards, or
right, just for the basic yes, no, hit, miss.
trading cards. Yeah, okay.
Right, the hit to miss ratio.
The
Brack Pack. Is it a
Brack
band?
Pack. No, but the horn section for Crack the Sky, who we will not hear tonight because it's Shag's night. The horn section for Crack the Sky calls themselves the Crack Pack. And I'm sure there have been lots of other plays on that phrase, but I'm going to say no on this one.
Okay, so Fox says the Brack Pack is a band. Reverend Peas and or 80 and Reverend Fid Chuli say it is not a band. Well, congratulations, Dr. Fox, because the Brack Pack is a band.
Yeah.
And you have just won.
Yeah.
Is it a band for this round?
Wow.
Well played.
Leaving
Wow.
Reverend Peas /80 and Reverend Fid Chuli to tie for second place.
Wow. So that means
Well, actually, no, not even tie for second place. 80 gets second place, and Fid in a sad third place loss. What an upset to this great
sorry,
season.
I can't hear you. As you know, I'm running up behind Fid Chuli. I'm now 1 point ahead of him behind him in the season. He's got 4. I've got 3.
Boy, this
I
is
get
a
tired
tight
of
season,
winning
y'all.
all. It's not fun if I'm so far ahead. I want to give you guys like a chance to catch up to make you think that you have a chance to win, because that's just what I
is
do.
that your game?
Are
Is
we
that-
gonna
is
do
that
dope
playing
checks
the
this
IHOPs?
year?
Yeah, check to make sure you have dope.
Time for the dope.
it just makes
Why
y'all
is
silly.
it called the Brack Pack? Oh, because his name is Kevin Brackett.
That would seem to be the case. Yes.
And then wait a second though, but
Wow.
it's just a solo artist, but he called himself the Brack Pack, even though he's just one guy.
It doesn't matter. He can still call himself whatever he
I'm
wants.
Not,
It's
I'm
still
not
a
saying
band.
it doesn't count. I'm just saying he's one guy and he called himself a pack. You know, that's got to be against some kind of international and some kind of ISO standard.
Perhaps, but it is not against the rules of Is It a Band?
I didn't say it was there, Dr.
He's
Cosmic.
clearly titled himself as the Brack Pack. He's billing himself as the Brack Pack.
Yeah,
Singing.
He considers himself and his own, like gut bacteria. As
For all you know, he could have multiple personalities. There's a whole
Exactly.
pack of people within the uniform singular human form that is Kevin Brackett.
His gut
Why are
bacteria
you
Containing the entire
defending
Brack Pack.
personalities.
this asshole? Don't defend him. How dare you? Don't encourage him, Cosmac. He's gonna put
Well, I
out
don't
another
think he's
song.
listening or
He's gonna
anything.
put out another song.
Is he listening?
Enough is
Do we have a
enough.
Kevin Brackett in the audience?
The Brack Pack are
Kevin
a hive
Brackett,
mind.
please report to the show.
You must take out the central Kevin Brackett in order to take out the hive mind.
Kevin Brackett, please come to the front. Kevin Brackett.
Brackett!
God bracket everyone.
That's a good last name for like a tough guy. My name is Chuck Brackett. Oh,
Or
shit.
Trout. Chuck Trout.
Chuck Trout?
Yeah. You're gonna go tangle with the trout. Know what I'm saying? Name your
Exactly.
kid Trout. That's my
So are we
advice,
gonna
everybody.
let the listeners enjoy Kevin Brackett and the Brack Pack?
No, it's Shag's night.
It is Shag's night.
And,
unless he does a
Shag's night.
You want to take us into this
What do
one,
you
Fitz?
mean it's Shag's night? We're halfway through the show. You're not on board with the Shags?
I don't know what the Shags are.
Well, I already explained it, Dr. Cosmac.
See, we can't hear any of the music here in Radio Land.
I explained what it was on
only
the show.
viewers at home can hear that stuff.
Man, you are the silliest of the gooses. You know that?
Well, my goose has been thoroughly cooked. I'll tell you what.
Well, for those that are
This next one's a techno remix.
this is the aforementioned Shags, those little girls. They wrote this song about their pet cat who
Little girls. This album art looks like it's like Herman Munster strangled two mannequins and brought them into a fucking studio.
that's them.
That is, it is insane.
Yeah, that's really them. And and apparently they had a pet cat that had two of its feet amputated.
Oh, Lucky.
No, actually the name of the cat was Foot. And a true story, they had I don't know which 2 feet were amputated, but I can't work out a winning combination in my head.
Exactly. I mean, even if they're
You know
like
what I mean?
diagonal from each other, that's
Right.
a really
one
weird
front,
walk.
one back, 2 back, 2 front. Like I don't know. Two on the left, 2 on the right. I don't know how it worked out, but they did write this song and immortalize poor Foot on their album Philosophy of the World. This is My Pal Foot by the Shags. It's Shags night on Time for the Show.
We'll be right back with more Time for the Show.
No, the only
Song
thing I
did.
can think about is a
98
cat
Rock.
with 2 paws on the left side, unlike a smooth wood floor, trying to get up to walk, and all he does is make a circle.
That's why they're the Shags. Their house was covered in thick carpet. It was to
No, that
help
was just
Foot
cat
get
hair.
around.
That was just cat hair
Just
that wore
mange.
off. Yeah.
I'm thinking probably having them diagonal, having a front foot and a back foot on opposite sides.
Well, maybe if you listen to the lyrics, I haven't listened to the words that closely, but they might reveal what the orientation of the intact feet was.
I know, right? Because I guess if its front feet were gone, like his front legs. Because are we talking foot or legs?
Feet. We're talking just the
Feet.
feet. Yeah. So
Okay.
there were nubs. We got a nub situation happening
Your
here.
pick, which one?
We're talking about a real cat that really
I know-
lived.
I know
and
where-
it lives and it
so
loves.
bad.
This is a song about that.
Yeah.
This is My Pal Foot. You're listening to Freethink Radio Live. TimeForTheShow.com. Man, he teased us. It is 11 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. And you're listening to Time for the Show, live on freethinkradio.com. Subscribe to our show at timefortheshow.com, available for iTunes, Google Podcasts, Stitcher, and the TuneIn app. Send emails to email@timefortheshow.com. Head over to timefortheshow.com. Click our Patreon button. You can get a shout out like these people, which is nothing to sneeze at. You like that? That was me. We got Dr. Cosmac, Henry Hastur, Reverend Couchsloth, Epoxy Expanerd, Reverend Caller 23, Chris Ferguson, Hazel of the Windmills, Dr. Scalpod, Reverend 80, Cat Feather, and Reverend Jitney Fricoeur. Special thanks to Elvis Martini and Guru Drew, and also to Dr. Ellis and Martha Artha over at freethinkradio.com. They put the bills up so we can do this show live. Check them out. They're good fellas. And now let's open that there hypercom initiating. Hi guys, I did the Patreons, so that's all done now. So now it's
Yay,
time.
good job.
Okay, it's time for the show.
Broadcasting. Oh wait, no, we did that part.
Did we?
Yeah,
I
I
not
think
really.
so.
I did the broadcast, and
we
then
can
I
do
just
like a
kinda
second take if you want, or something.
Yeah, second take. Let's do the show over. You know,
Yeah,
for those people in Mesa who didn't set their clocks forward, we need to make sure that they get the whole show.
Right, and also we haven't even come up with any jokes for next week's show at all. I mean, what are we doing here?
Yeah, I didn't even say that. That's what we do on the show in the beginning of the show.
I know you're just totally like the whole mission is just I don't know. It's weird, right?
You know,
We're going
you
off.
know what it is, Peas. I've been drinking distilled water all week, and I think I'm
There you
becoming
go.
slightly demineralized.
Right?
Yeah.
Well, at least you weren't drinking deionized water. Then you would be not only demineralized but deionized, and that would really affect the chuli. I mean, gotta keep those ions going. You're a young man.
Yeah, God gave me those ions.
I
They're
only
mine.
drink moronized water. That's how that joke worked. It was
Yeah.
a good joke for me. Yeah,
Doo-doo,
good for me.
doo-doo.
I don't know.
Yeah, I'm always in a positive mood when I take in ions.
Oh my God, this show.
Well, I hope you've been taking notes, Reverend 80, who's playing the role of Peas. Sorry to blow you out of the water again.
Hey,
Because
I love being blown, so it's all good, man.
yeah.
Yeah, I wasn't gonna stop you on that one, Fid.
Well, he's you're gonna write that down as an apology, because at the end of the show,
that's
you're
definite one,
Peas,
yeah.
and Peas apologizes at the end. So
He better.
Yep.
He better.
It actually every week does a very long-winded apology
They
that
get longer and longer every week.
ends up. I used to like "Is It a Band" the best, but then I started looking forward to Peas' apologies too much, and I had the same feeling of being in school and watching the clock. That's pretty much all I do while we're doing the show until it's time for Peas' apology. So I know Reverend 80 is diligently taking notes because he did a great job last time, but we're going to actually distract him from that current endeavor because it's time to do Ask Peas.
Dun dun
Ooh,
dun.
all right.
Yeah, so you're going to be taking the helm on this one again, and this is the segment where we take our viewer mail that was really actually written by viewers, real viewers, not us, and mailed to the show in the mail. And then we read, but first we mute Peas. So he can't hear us read it, and then we read it, and then we unmute him, and we force him at gunpoint to answer the question one way or the
Now,
other.
Reverend 80, do you have the gun?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
I have it.
We're gonna put the soundproof headphones on, and you need to just press it up against the bottom of your jaw. Don't pull the trigger
Unless we tell you to.
unless we tell you
Okay.
to.
Okay. I've got it. Okay.
All right,
I've got it.
Here go the headphones. Okay.
Oh,
Dear Peas, I like you on TV. You're my favorite TV puppet. I know all the words to your show. I want to be just like you when I grow up. From Scoops McNews Guy. All right, you can remove the gun
Ooh, yeah, that barrel's cold. Ooh.
just for
All right,
now.
well,
we got a lot of mail to go. Don't worry, just sit
Right.
on it. Just sit
Well,
on it.
gee,
And keep it warm.
Exactly.
So,
Well,
go ahead and answer
I
that.
heard.
brother.
To simply answer, this is really one of those situations where it's really kind of a maybe. I can see it kind of being, kind of going both ways. This is not a cut and dry situation, even though the question was framed in a pretty simplistic way. It actually has a very deep and a lot of nuance to answering this question. So I would have to say, at cursory maybe, with maybe kind of a lean to know a little bit. I guess that's just because of who I am and my age and the fact that I'm married and my my wife's name is Carrots. Therefore, I'd have to maybe with a possible of yes, but only in very small exceptions.
Wow.
Very good.
See, that's why we do Ask Peas, because sometimes the random answer turns out to be surprisingly relevant to the question.
Every time.
Yeah.
All right. Get that
these
gun.
are random? I actually gave you the answer to the question, though. I thought you went random.
No, that was great. That was spot on, Peas. All right, we're gonna mute you again, and I'm gonna read the mail that came through for me. Okay.
All right. The gun is against the head.
Okay, he can't hear. Okay.
I'm pretty sure he can't.
Dear Peas, I would like to learn how to get down and or funky, but I don't know where to start. My uncle is coming over in a few months, and I like getting him sexually frustrated. Sincerely, Mega Man from Springfield, North Korea. Okay, unmute Peas.
All right.
All right,
Peas,
well,
answer the question. Answer the question.
This is a very common problem. And there's nothing wrong with it. This is a common problem with men everywhere. I mean, this is literally something that I think every man, regardless of sexual orientation or self-identity as far as gender, biological men all have to deal with this issue all the time. It's one of those things that women really don't understand that we have to go through. And, I think the world would be a better place if people, if people would just stop and think that, it happens. The question is, brings up a lot of those kinds of issues, I think. And so, the answer is of course, yes, it's part of nature.
Wow. I think, I don't know about you, Dr. Fox, but I think that 80 is 2 for 2.
I think he's cheating.
He's 2 for 2. He can hear. You can hear us? Can you hear us, 80?
I'm getting vibes, but not actual thought waves. I'm getting thought waves, but actual sound waves. I can't hear anything, but you can feel it. Picking up something. I can feel it.
It's actually way more relevant when Peas or whoever is playing Peas can't hear than when they can and try to be funny.
Hey.
It's weird. Yeah. All right. Well, Dr. Kozmak, did you get any mail this week?
Dr. Kozmak has left the hypercom temporarily.
Oh. No, I was praying to him.
Pray harder. Pray harder.
Quiet. I'm praying.
Pray harder. Put your head down on the carpet. You brought the carpet with you. It's not mine.
What would you sacrifice to Cosmac? I mean, if you had to sacrifice something.
Those toilet liners that you put down.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, those. You take one of those down. You actually kneel in front of one of those, and then you light it.
Ah, got it. Just like Jimi Hendrix's guitar or something.
I would I would sacrifice a Bosnian.
Ooh, a Bosnian?
One Bosnian. One Bosnian equals one Cosmac.
Hit like for this Bosnian. Cosmacs love Bosnians. Slow down now. This show's going off the rails.
Well, I don't know if
right?
if Scalpod's still out there, but we still have to go over the terms of him paying for my vasectomy.
That's right. We have time for the telethon coming up. It's going to be our big fundraiser event. It's going to be broadcast live to raise money to have Fid Chuli
and awareness
euthanized. Excuse me, sterilized.
Sterilized, yes.
It's almost as good. It's still one quick snip, if you know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying.
Every gene pool needs a lifeguard, people.
If you want me to be euthanized, text 1. If you want me to be sterilized,
call
text
911.
Yeah, they'll sterilize you good. Those boys are good at that.
Scalpod, he's talking to me through the chat. He asked me if I set up the GoFundMe for my vasectomy. No, I have not, but get your ass on the show so we can go over the details. We need to iron this out.
Yeah, we can't afford to do a boxing match this year, so we have to raise money to chop off his nuts.
That's right.
But that's the thing. I was just gonna ask, do you have the balls for a vasectomy?
Oh, come on.
Wow. I said a clean show. I said a clean show.
You want to know a true story? My dad got a vasectomy, and at the time,
I guess it didn't work.
I know, right? Little Houdini. They should have named you Houdini.
I had a ladder.
Right? Oh, nice.
I had a ladder. But he, at the time he got his, he was in the Navy, so he went to like the naval hospital, and he said that not only were there roaches all over the place, but the doctor was a jackass, and he not only asked him if he had the balls to go through with the procedure the moment he walked in the door, but also when he snipped out the piece of the vas deferens, he held it in tweezers and wagged it in my dad's face, and he went diddly 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 diddly. You know what I mean?
Wow, that's professionalism there.
I want that guy. I want that guy.
Yeah.
All right, so next week, bring your vasectomy story to What's the Fans Deferens. I was working
There's
on
not a big one.
Yeah.
There isn't a vast difference between
we'll
his
find out the-
experience and what I want mine to be. See, that joke's way too easy too. Even though
I failed at it, but
I
I,
don't know, I
tried,
thought-
and that means I succeeded, and that is what wins in war. is
Dr. Hal,
succeeding.
Dr. Hal has made the vast difference joke on more than one occasion, so don't feel too bad.
I just think the joke has meatus, man.
Meatus. Not
Meatus.
Not
More-
meatus.
More like
Meatus.
meatless. Get it? Get it?
It's meatus.
Gonna chop your dick
Yeetus.
off.
Yeah.
Oh man, yeah, because that's what happens if we don't raise enough money. Then all I'm going to do is shove a funnel in Fid Chuli's urethra and pour hydrogen peroxide down it for 3 days,
Into his oral groove.
and we'll do it ourselves. The way God intended to do it. If God wanted us to go to hospitals, then he would have made doctors. But instead, he made all these diseases. So you think about that. You think about it.
Man made medicine. God made disease. Who's on your side? Oh, I was yelling at Scalpod to jump in the show, and I thought, and I wouldn't blame him that he wasn't listening, but there he is. Hey, what's up, Scalpod?
Supplies!
Wait, don't
He's
say your
here.
thing. Say your thing.
Salutations, mutations.
No,
Do
come
the
on.
line.
Come on, mean it.
Do
Give
the
it some
line.
ass.
Oh, I mean it.
Prove it.
Salutations, mutations!
There you go.
There you go.
I like it.
Somebody's working tonight.
I like it when he does
Hey.
that.
I spent all my energy winding the clocks forward an hour, and there's a lot of clocks. There's a lot of clocks in here.
Well, this might be my last appearance on time for the show because there's a good chance over the course of this coming week that I'm going to hear somebody say, "Oh my God, it's this time and it's still this bright outside. Isn't that weird?"
I know,
And
it's
I'm
so
going to
crazy.
murder that person, and I'm going to be convicted of it because I'm going to admit it in court, and they were not going to let me do the show from prison probably. So,
But you can still probably get that vasectomy while you're there.
yeah, I can get it on the taxpayer's dime
Put it on
too.
the pail. Yeah,
That's right.
Come on,
That's
man.
my ultimate plan. I'm going to murder somebody so that I can go to prison and get a free vasectomy.
That's so far. 3
You might
square
have to go
meals
that
a
route
day.
if you don't get this GoFundMe
They're shaped
set up,
like
and
squares.
if I have to pay for the whole thing, we're gonna have to do it on the cheap.
Well, what are we looking at?
The ends
How much
justify the
is it going to
means.
set?
I've seen
set me back?
I've seen $600.
For a wiener chop? Oh, I could do that for $20.
Oh,
that's
sure,
where, that's
yeah,
where
you
a dude
could.
with one eye does it with a nail. I don't want that
Is
one.
his name Lucky? Oh, is that?
There you go.
Yeah.
You brought it back.
Call
Nice.
back, call
Nice.
back.
Foot. No.
He practiced on foot.
Here, boy, just bite down on this.
No, but
This
what are we
Jesus
looking at? What's the low, middle, and high on a vasectomy, Scalpod? I'm guessing you've had one
I'm gonna
before.
Pull some up now.
I would
Yes,
think
but as I said, I had good insurance, so it was next to nothing for
I
me.
have good insurance. My employers are from Canada, so they The company I work for is from Canada, so they give us Americans really good insurance because they don't have to give it to the rest of their employees. So I might be in a good position. So let me know what I'm looking at.
You haven't done any research on this.
I'm asking you, Scalpod. You're my man. You're my man on the
who's going to have
inside.
the procedure done.
You're my man on the inside, Scalpod. You're my informant.
Your little man on the inside of your pants is the one that needs to drive this process.
I get enough spam as it is. I don't need to be giving my email address out to a bunch of vasectomy consultants. You know what I mean?
Have people knocking at your door. Hey
Next
there.
thing you know, every YouTube video I get is so you're thinking of getting a vasectomy. You know what I mean? Like, it's going to fuck up my YouTube recommendations, all my social media algorithms. Come on, Scalpod.
You're asking what the range of pricing is like. I mean, you know that it's $1,000 from Planned Parenthood, and it just goes down from there depending on the qualifications of the doctor who's performing the procedure. So
right here,
how cheap do you want? How low do you want to go?
Right here, first results local.
Fox is showing me a web page.
Kissimmee, Florida, $590.
Over 44,000
$600. That's what I was saying.
Wait. Check out this ratio. It's in italics right under their logo. Over 44,000 vasectomies and 1,700 reversals.
Wow.
Somebody do some quick math. I want to know what that rate is. What's 1,700 over 44,000? I want to know what the 3.8%, 3.9%. So that
it's not really a revolving door.
What do they call
there.
it in prison when people come back?
The revolving door.
The recidivism rate of their vasectomies is only 3.9%. I don't know. That seems a little high. I don't know if I want to go with these guys.
The problem with a vasectomy with thee, though, is that I just can't take the hit to my protein intake and my nutritional count, you know?
What?
I just can't.
You're one of those guys that can reach it with your mouth, right?
Yeah, you know, Carrots is very happy too, you know.
You know what? I wish I could, and let me tell you this. No shit. There's only 2 recurring dreams that I have, okay? And one of them is me filleting myself.
Nice, self-fellation.
But let me tell you the context. Every single time I have this dream, it's me, I'm at a party, I'm drinking, and I tell somebody that I can suck my own dick. And they don't believe me. And I say, you want to bet? And we put $100 down. And then I proceed to fillet myself in front of the entire party. And that's how it happens every single time. And so it's not a sex dream. It's just a dream that involves a sexual act. Because, like, I'm just doing it to win a bet.
Yeah. You're showing off.
Right. But then I wake up, and for like the first hour that I'm awake, I'm questioning, wait, can I actually do it? Like, I'm not sure if I actually can or if I just had a dream that I could. Or maybe I had a dream that I could because I actually can. I can't remember if I can. Can I? It's designed to do what it does do. What it does do well. Doesn't it? Yes, it does.
I think it does.
I think it does. Do you?
I think it's neato
I
swell.
do.
Hope you do too.
Do you?
Do you? Right. That's a throwback to season 1. Wait, we're still in season 1.
Yeah, we're still rolling. Well, no, this is series 1.
Right.
This is series 1 because once we get the bonus content up, I'm gonna mark all of those with 2s.
Yeah. Well, I'm getting caught up. I posted the Philo episode, and I got to get those bonus ones for you.
I'll tell you that the engineering you're doing, Spid, is really nice. It's such a wonderful show you're doing.
Well, you know what?
I don't do anything. Thanks, Peas. Thanks.
Yeah. I know that Fid spends all those hours, slaving over a computer screen, getting everything coaxed just right to be perfect for the listening audience.
And I'm usually not even masturbating when I do it.
Control A, normalize, Alt-Tab, Control F, trans midgets.
Like the Jackson Pollock of audio
You just
files.
load it up. You go to File and then Edit, and then you edit it. You click the Edit
Hit
button.
enter. Click enter to edit.
Yeah. Oh, that's what I was doing. Sorry, Dr. Fox. I effed up.
Don't anymore.
Wait, I thought we were doing the Black Show.
Are we? Oh.
Oh,
Then
are
don't, yo.
The African Experience.
Yeah, that was the new show.
Right.
These white crackers that were brought up by their honky-ass father in a garage recorded an album of just the craziest, jivest piece of shit that I've ever heard. And you gotta hear it. It has got a disco beat, and these bitches can holla. It's the Shag Night on Time for the Show. Brother Fid Chuli Maximus. Chuli X.
Thank you.
Chuli X, would you please...
What should I do?
Would you please introduce this next funkadelic jive onto this car wash of soul that we have running through the veins of Canadian internet radio, brother?
That might be the whitest approximation of Ebonics that I've ever heard. And
That was
I'm,
a pretty-
I'm
yeah,
from
that was pretty good.
Johannesburg.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
Oh wait, I'm supposed to send it to
I'm
Joe
not
Rogan,
racist.
not you.
I'm not racist.
Well, I can't think of you know what? Let's
Never say the N-word into a microphone.
I don't even say the phrase the N-word. I say
I know, it's
I
far,
say,
far more offensive in certain cases.
But that's why I say the T phrase. So when I say the T phrase, I'm referring to the phrase that starts with a T that is the N-word. So I'm not even saying...
Oh, yeah, you got it obfuscated there. That's pretty...
Yeah,
pretty
I've got 2 layers of protection. I'm wearing two woke-ass condoms of social justice over my thing. Nobody can touch me. I know it'll catch on. Like I'm just a little bit more woke than everybody else right now. You're like, T phrase.
I know, right?
Yeah,
I was
can't get
the
on
other
board with
day, and it's like, really, you had to drop the T phrase. I mean, really?
Oh,
I thought you were cooler than that, man.
I'm sorry. We were supposed to be talking about my balls. I'm sorry
Yeah,
about that.
vasectomy, and
Well,
I thought maybe we all of a sudden switched podcasts and we're doing like male health all of a sudden or something. I don't know.
well, you know how this show goes. Oh my God! Wait a second. Cat Feather just put something.
Is
up
that
in the Discord.
blackface?
In the Discord chat.
This is Radio
What is that?
Blackface. This entire show
What
is
is
Radio
that?
Blackface.
Oh, this show is Radio Blackface. Radio. Wow, Cat Feather. What did you? I know it's bad radio. I'm talking about this. Well, the whole show is bad radio. Who am I kidding? But damn. Those of you in the chat can see what I'm laughing at. I'm sorry,
Pretty
Guru
hot.
Drew. Yes, we can get back to talking about my vasectomy. My vasectomy. But I'll tell you what. We got like last quarter of the show coming up, so we're gonna play one more Shags song, cause it is Shags night here on Time for the Show, and we know you can't get enough of them. So this fucking band. Wow.
All right.
I have to ask
These
Cat
guys.
Feather during the break what the hell that is, because it's. I think it is the most amazing thing I've ever seen in my life. All right, well, we're gonna go to a song break. I'm gonna kill myself because it's never gonna get better than this. And in the meantime, we're gonna hear "Sweet Thing" by the Shags. It's time for the show.
You asked for it.
You're such a sweet thing, sweet thing, sweet thing, but you can be so
Hey everybody, it's Slime for Dat Ho. Yeah, I got some slime for Dat Ho. Right here on Freethink Radio. And if you're just tuning in, you're just in time for the worst part of the show. So go back in time 90 minutes and tune in there before we, we resort to what you're about to hear.
Threw it to the wall.
So it's me who will name Rameless. And it's Dr. Fox, and
I will remain reamless.
And it's Reverend Peas is also here, who is secretly, and I'm not supposed to say,
Don't
and
tell.
I won't
Don't
say
tell.
that he's being played by Reverend 80 tonight. You're just gonna have to figure that out on your own.
Well,
yeah, it's gonna be a mystery inside of Enigma, rolled inside of mystery.
Reverend Pease was spending the weekend at a boys' ranch in Thailand.
Right.
We had seen a picture or two of him on the Time for the Show Discord, timefortheshow.com. Click the Discord button. And there's the video evidence of Pease enjoying his vacation. And he won't be here tonight because he has to take the red eye back. And if I recall, he has to go through that second line to get through security every time. The one where they put their finger in your butt. The weird thing is, they never ask for him. He just takes the line. I don't get it.
Because it's a free reach around.
Well, he's trying to be patriotic. It's in his heart and his colon. So
right.
it's time.
Hey, if it weren't for people like
show.
these, those people wouldn't have anything to do at the airport. They'd just be sitting around all day, wishing they could put their fingers up someone's drug.
Well, the whole reason that the TSA there is to give you a reason why you can say you had a bad time at the airport.
Exactly.
They don't want to market the bad time on the plane, or sitting and waiting for the plane, or being on the plane, or waiting to get off of the plane. And then waiting to get out of the airport. That's nothing compared to having to stand in a line and take off your shoes. Nothing.
Just to show you don't have a bomb in your shoes.
I want to make that this week's Fid Crow law.
In
What's
the
that?
future.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, you want me to go? Hold on.
In the future, there shall be only one, and he is Fid Julie.
All right, throw down those laws.
Well, every week I enact a new law in my my self-declared sovereign province. And I don't know. This week, 80 made me think of airports, and I'm good with everything the airports do. I only want to make a small adjustment. I know in previous weeks, I've made huge overhauls on our social mores, but this week I'm just gonna fine tune one little thing at the airport. Okay, I'm okay with the full body scanner, the thing that takes a picture of your junk or whatever.
Scanner.
Yeah, the millimeter.
The PP scanner.
Yeah, the
Millimeter PP scanner.
MMPP scammer.
MMPP.
I'm okay with that. The only thing I'm going to change is that you know how when you're at Disneyland and you're in line for Space Mountain.
.com.
And they have those signs that are placed at intervals in the line that says, at this point you have 30 minutes until you're going to board the ride, right?
Right.
I'm going to have the same thing at airports, except it's just going to be one sign. It says you're 2 minutes away from the full body scanner. Start chubbing up now.
All right.
That's the only thing I'm going to change with the airports. Most of the world will look completely different after I'm Supreme Dictator, but the airports are going to look a lot like they do today, except there is going to be that 2.5 minute warning. Because, look, it's an international airport. There's a lot of people coming from a lot of countries. It's a lot like the Olympics. When you step into that thing and you know that Homeland Security is going to take a long, hard look at your short, soft cock, you're going to wish that you had a little bit of warning and you could have chubbed up about 2 minutes before you stepped into the scanner. And I'm not talking about a full rager. I'm just talking about, a little plump. You just want to get a little plumpness going, to represent your country. Unlike a lot of the things, I don't think it's too much to ask. I know a lot of things that I'm going to institute are too much to ask, but I think we can get this one done pretty quickly, and a lot of people are going to be happy about it. It's going to garner support for me for when I institute a lot of my more unpopular laws. But no, you guys can get behind me on this one, right?
Totally can. Yeah.
Get a little
I'll
trouble
stand 2 steps behind you.
I'll get very uncomfortably behind you.
Well, if you're 2 steps behind me, then I'm just going to walk twice as fast so that you can still smell my farts. There you go. What say you?
Serpentine.
And you know what? I wasn't even planning on doing a Fid Crow this week, but Pease reminded me about my airport policy.
Great to inspire you.
Well, the reason is I'm going to be taking a flight in about a week, and believe me, I'm going to have my eye on that line. And I know there's not going to be a sign, but I'm going to eyeball it. And I'm going to cut a hole in my pocket. My left pocket, because even though I'm a righty, I go for it with my left hand. Does that make me weird?
No, that's called the southpaw self-pleasurer.
Yes.
Okay. But I don't do it as a treat. Like, that's my standard hand. Like, is that...
Yeah, that's just the standard. Southpaw self-pleasuring.
Well, the way I see it, I'm kind of doing...
Otherwise, there's like the phantom stranger. That's where, like, you sit on your hand.
Yeah.
And then you go with it.
No.
Or then there's the peas, and that's where you sit on both hands and rub up against, like, a mounted bear rug. And that's, you just kind of grind.
No,
Dry.
That's the thing that I always... Whenever I tell people that even though I'm right-handed, I masturbate with my left hand, which is only about 3 or 4 times a day, I always get... They always come back with, oh, so you do the stranger? It's like, no, I use my fully saturated hand, just my left hand. And
nothing strange about it.
Not a damn thing. You know what? In fact, I think I'm doing a public service.
You're shaking hands with your right hand.
That's right. I'm shaking hands with everybody. Like, hey, can you hand me a pencil? And then I got to hand it back to you.
Mouse.
Somebody says, hey, dude, can I use your lighter? I grab it with my right. Like, I'm doing everything with my non-jack-off hand for the sake of my fellow public motorists and public pedestrians of all stripes. You know what I mean? And I think like
preach it.
I want to set an example here. I want all right-handed people to start masturbating with their left hand. And if you're left-handed, you're good. Don't change a thing. I think it's a lot like when you go to Asia and you see those people walking around with masks on, the little paper cough masks. You know what I mean? Because they're being considerate of the people around them, and they don't want to spread their germs. Well, you know what? Now's your chance to be Asian. Be the first kid on your block to be Asian, unless you already have another Asian kid, and get him the hell out, and then be the first kid on your block to be Asian by masturbating with your left hand.
It's not appropriation.
It's just appropriate.
It's just appropriate Asian.
That's right.
What's
wrong with that?
We'll use that joke next week.
What's wrong with that? Why not?
Absolutely nothing.
Shouldn't that be a matter of convention?
Should be, but that's the way
dick
things go.
Out of that hand. Keep your dick in that hand. That's that hand. You need to kick your doors in at night. You need to pull the sheets off, and you need to check.
And by the way, I've seen TV commercials. I know about neuroplasticity. If you do something with your non-dominant hand, it makes you smarter.
Yeah, I'm a genius.
Oh, so you're the same as me, Dr. Fox?
I'm also in the Southpaw Self-Pleasurer Society.
Okay.
Of secret masturbatory
All right. Hey,
techniques.
give me 5 with our left hands.
All right. I reached up. He clapped his own hand to make it sound like we high-fived.
I didn't do too close.
He didn't want to do it.
I didn't do it close enough to
He
the
was
mic,
scared.
though. I don't think it got picked up.
It didn't work.
No.
It's fine. That was bad
That
radio.
was all failed.
We were trying.
It's bad radio.
We were
Yeah.
trying.
Yeah, as opposed to the rest of the show.
It's been great up
That
until now.
was bad radio.
It's been great.
I wouldn't have it any other way, Dr. Fox. You know, once you start
Exactly.
doing good radio, that's when you've jumped the shark.
Well, I think
It really has, because you'll get addicted to it. You'll get that taste in the water.
addicted.
You'll want it more
Get
and
it?
more.
It's his dick.
I'm
And then
just
it's for a guy
addicted.
named Ted. A dick for Ted. Get it?
See, that's what I'm talking about, Dr. Fox. Don't change a thing.
I'm brilliant.
Don't change a thing.
So smart.
You just keep that going. You just keep putting coal in that fire, Dr. Fox.
I'm so full of coal. Blowing out of my lobes with coal.
You were a bad boy this year.
Well, how about then we clear the air of my misdoings and misdeeds of the previous series of shows with your next The Shrugs song. And I'll let him get over to that. Now, Peas, we're coming up to that part of the show where you're gonna have to apologize, and you better sell it.
I will do my best, Dr.
This
Fox.
show,
I have so much to
swear
apologize
to
for.
God.
I know.
Wow.
I've
Wow.
saved up.
I don't even- I
if
don't
you've
even
noticed,
know
I
how
haven't
to
said
handle
sorry so much because I'm saving them all up. Why waste time
Good
saying
job,
sorry?
Cupcake.
Yeah.
Good
there
job,
you go.
Cupcake.
My little gumdrop.
Well, speaking of cupcakes and gumdrops,
You're my cupcake gumdrop, my schnookums, zookums, bookums. You're my sweetie pie.
you're my vanilla flavored mini Tootsie Roll.
Aw,
Aww. I like the orange ones.
you're my Charleston Shuli.
Wow. Sometimes something is so funny that your laughter is even in shock, and you cannot respond thusly. And
I understand. Yes.
MPs, yeah, that was one of those jokes that was so funny. It transcended laughter itself. So I just want to acknowledge that. Don't think because I didn't laugh, it wasn't funny.
Oh, I understand. Oh, I totally got it.
It was that was like aliens came down and told a joke that had not even been invented on Earth yet.
Actually, it was a callback.
Oh, it was? Hey everybody,
Yeah,
it's
I think-
Scalpod, time for the show historian. Scalpod, fill us in.
On the record.
What episode
Well,
was
I
that a
think-
callback to?
Last week, I think it
Oh,
was
shit.
wasn't it Doc
Really?
Fox that made this joke last week in reference to a dance.
It was a dance. There was an image. It was somebody contorting their body into a swastika. I believe Cat
Yeah.
Feathered asked, "What was this
Ah,
dance?"
yes.
And I said,
Right.
"That's the Charleston Chuli."
Exactly.
Ah.
But he made a
Let the record
but,
show.
But Fid made a candy reference, and 80 adapted it. So that's just the memetics of that joke flowing.
Yes.
And he made it work. There we go,
It's
right there.
evolving.
That's the Charleston Chuli in the Discord chat.
It's
Thank you, Mrs.
evolving.
Feather. She's on it.
All over it.
You know what, Mrs. Feather, I forgive you for buying the 6 gallons of distilled water for our consumption. That's why I'm demineralized.
We need to you have to understand that Fid's nutrients come solely from beer. And when not drinking beer, the only thing I think I've ever seen him drink is air with some
Right.
gulps of water in every once in a
Liquid
while.
bread and air. That's all you
it. That's
can let the condensation fall on your tongue.
yeah, and so now Fid came in and he looked depleted. Like he hasn't mixed his soylent in with his water, and so that's why he's straggling. He's, Fid straggling.
Well,
But-
our water sucks, so Mrs. Feather went on a water run, and she came back with 6 gallons of distilled, and I've been drinking it. But I've also been taking my Soylent powdered food, whole nutrition supplement along with it to fill in the gaps or whatever.
Futurist Chuli. With your distilled water and your powdered meal supplements and beer.
I know. It's
Live in the
really
future
thrown
that
my
once
game
was.
up. No,
Working from home for Canadians.
that's true.
I mean, this is the future, ladies and
It
gentlemen.
doesn't
It
get
is.
more future
21st
than
century
this.
living.
It really is. No, I'm just giving her shit. It's fine. You can drink it if you don't drink too much of it, and you eat food with it. It's fine. It's fine, everybody.
But it's okay. I think Cat Feather likes Halloween, and I think this song that you've sent over to the Show Rogan Approximator is about Halloween.
Yeah, this is the Shags wrote a song about the best holiday ever. It's Halloween, and Halloween is only a scant 9 months or 7 months away.
It's coming.
It's just scant 7 months away. So why not get in the spirit now with this our last song of the night, of Shags night here on Time for the Show. It's Halloween by the Shags from Philosophy of the World, 1967. Time for the Show. Free Think Radio. In God we trust. Man, I'm so glad I get to do this into a microphone and people actually listen to me doing it. Ha, 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 ha. You're listening to me go, ha, ha. You're
I just thought
listening
it was
to
your
me go,
mating call.
ha, ha.
Getting all excited over there.
Man,
I'm gonna get a garden hose or something.
why do you guys do that? Why do you guys listen to me do stuff like that? That's terrible. You should, carry yourselves in a higher regard. Listening to this show. Why? This show is for ne'er-do-wells, not you. Oh, wait, never mind. I remembered who I was talking to.
Our viewers and listeners are the creme de la creme.
There's fluoride in this show.
Somebody poison the water hole. It's time for the show.
Boy, is it.
And we're coming in.
.com.
We're coming in for our landing sequence. We are trajectorizing
I
our
eaten
glide
my
profile
Hot Pocket.
right now.
I am charging my vape.
But we absolutely cannot end the show without oh man, I'm burping as I talk into the mic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Acid reflux.
Very,
show.
very nice.
Yeah. But yeah, we ha.
So smooth.
Now we gotta do Peace's apologies. Peace. Man,
I'm here.
I'm really trying to get people to just turn the show off early tonight. As hard as I can.
No, it's just
It'd be less work for me. If I can get people to just tune out.
I guess I wouldn't have to apologize if it stopped now.
Well, here's the thing, Peas. We have to come back next week, and if you don't make it right with the viewers, they're going to be a tapping their feet and a writing sternly worded letters. So you're our last line of defense. Make it right with the audience, Peas.
I will. Hello, everyone in the audience. This is Reverend Peace, and I take this time in every show to apologize to you, the viewer of the show. Many times, it pretty much goes without saying. Every week we make horrible mistakes. This week, for instance, the horrible mistake was, of course, made in the fact that Pease wasn't actually here. He had to have a stand-in, and for that, we're sorry that you had to settle for a very second-rate simulacrum of, simulation of Pease. You as a viewer, of course, deserve the full Pease experience at all times, whenever you want, and fortunately, it doesn't happen all the time. I thought my performance tonight was a little bit lackluster as well. My first performance of Peas was definitely better than tonight's, but I did nail a couple of key parts. But of course, as soon as I started getting in stride, Fitzhugh would then bust the fourth wall down, thus and rendering all my attempts at that point at proper acting and peasmanship to be rendered moot at that point. So I apologize for Fitzhugh constantly reminding people that it was not in fact Peas that you were hearing in your ear hole, but it was instead reverberating. I apologize for Fitzhugh on that. And lastly, just apologize in general for the show. I thought that the comedy was when it was on fire, it was really on fire, but kind of a little bit scattered. I think that this show is a bit of a hunt for that comedy gold, which you as a viewer may actually like. Gives a replayability and re-listenability to the show, definitely. But at the same rate, of course, as a fine listener to the show, come to expect hilarity and excitement at every word. And unfortunately, we did not deliver that tonight. And finally, I would just like to again just apologize in general to the show. I hope you got more laughs, but I feel that maybe you didn't get the kind of laughs that you really deserve. Again, you take a busy time out of your schedule to spend this time with us, to listen to this show. And for that, it is our responsibility then to keep our quality at its highest. So if you feel in any way that you were gypped or ripped off in any way from tonight's show, for that we truly apologize. And next week's show, I hope, will be far, far better. Thank you. And again, I am truly sorry for this show.
You still have 2.5 minutes.
Yeah, you got a while to go.
I
man.
do?
Yeah.
2.5 minutes?
Come on, make it count.
Well, what else could we apologize for?
I don't think you're sorry yet.
Apologizing for the fact that Scoops McNews guy hasn't come out at all in the past couple of weeks. For all of you Scoops fans out there, he's a kind of a busy guy. I think the new fame has made Scoops kind of a little anxious. When I called him the other day, normally he asks, he's like, "Yes, how are you doing, Mr. Pease?" And the other day I call him up and he's like, "Hey, what are you calling me for? Who are you? Who is this?" It's like, wow. So he started to. I think the fame's starting to get to him. His name is starting to get out. And you can kind of feel for the guy. He went, just a month ago, nobody knew who Scoops McHughes guy was. And now all of a sudden he's got these people that are actually stopping him on the side of the street. "Hey, Scoops, I heard about you. Hey, how you doing? Is it Nick News guy or Nick News Gui? I thought it was McNews Gui. Oh, it's Nick News guy. Okay." And so Scoops is getting kind of the unwanted attention, and for Slavic guys, attention is kind of like, their kryptonite. They shun it. In the Slavic countries, you do not look at each other's eyes for fear that the other person will steal your soul through your retinas. yeah, so I do apologize that Scoops hasn't come out. Hopefully he'll be back in the Hypercube and giving you that great Slavic news coverage that you guys so deserve. Well, that's about 2.5 minutes, wasn't it? I think so, right?
Just about.
Just about 2. Yeah.
How about
Right.
one more apology?
What you got?
Well, I guess, in breaking character, finally, I'd like to apologize as Reverend 80 myself. I thought that as you see, I tried again to try to dig for at least a little bit of comedy chuckles with current events. I can't even speak now. With current events, and I've always found that the morbid and the macabre tend to kind of be funny.
The macabre.
Yeah, I mean the corn of the macabre.
Are you okay, 80? Have you been drinking distilled water?
I haven't. I just don't want those ions. I've been drinking a lot of Tang. That's my go-to drink right now.
That's how the
Tang.
astronauts poop.
Yeah.
Into
Hey,
Tang.
Tang is awesome.
It's the can. That's what they really appreciate more than anything.
Yeah. And I do it hardcore. The hardcore Tang is this. So normally when you buy like the Tang thing, it's kind of fucked up how they sell
Please
Tang.
say Tang Thang.
One more time.
Tang, it's Tang thing, and so you look at the bucket, the little powder, the canister it comes in. Now it has enough to make 1.5 gallons. Now that's kind of a weird measurement when you think about it. Now I guess if you have half-gallon measures,
That's a lot of comp.
yeah, half-gallon measures, you got 3 half-gallons then. That's kind of nice. It's like, okay, I got 3. But if you have a gallon jug, you've got, like, you do it one of 2 ways. You either do it according to the directions, but then you've got a gallon of Tang mix. I guess you can mix it with a spoon and, make single jars out of it. But otherwise, then you just have to dump the whole thing in. So now you got the super Tang because it's got like 30% more powder in it than it should have.
.com.
Ooh, that is good stuff.
Yeah, one
I
and a
love
half
it.
gallons is 6 liters, and Satan is my leader.
Ah,
That's why. Now you know.
What's 666 in metric?
616.
Ooh.
Well, that's
yeah,
what
I
it is
think
in
it's
Latin.
like what you divide by 3.54 and multiply it by 2/3 or something like that.
It was 666 in the Greek, but in the Latin it was 616. And in the Latin alphabet, time for the show begins with an I. And I'm done. And I'm speaking on behalf of the show. We're already cutting in to Dr. Ellis's rebroadcast of the Dr. Phil show that he does every Monday or Tuesday at midnight. Wait, if it's midnight, is it Monday or Tuesday? It's Tuesday, right?
Yes, I believe it's Tuesday.
12 a.m. is the first. Yeah, that's like 000. All right, well, okay. There we go. Man, he's going to pull our license if we go any longer. So,
Have fun.
Hey, thanks, 80,
Thanks,
for
Reverend 80.
for playing the role of
Hey,
Peas
it's always
tonight.
my pleasure. I hope you guys had a fun.
Yeah, and thanks to Dr. Cosmac for being your handler and feeding you treats every time you made a good
I
peasism.
know, he's such a wonderful guy. Such a
And
good handler.
I'd like to thank Dr. Fox for engineering the show live
Always
like he
great
does every
engineering.
week. And if you, the viewer, would like an audio transcript of this show, well, then you can just shit in one hand and hope in the other and tell me which one fills up Oh, wait, thanks for listening, too. Zach. Yeah. I love you guys. You came back again. You came back. Peace's apologies worked.
Saved the show. It was incredible. We've never pulled off such an amazing engineering feat. And thank you to Fid Chuli. This is Dr. Fox. Join up at timefortheshow.com. You asked for it. Join the show society. Goodbye.